So here I want to show you another style of the pizza box. Same sort of technique that we've learned, but I'm going to show you how to do one of these dividers, the nice strong dividers that you can do to put inside. So it becomes a great little organiser box for all of your craft bits and pieces. Now this core box is 1.5 inches deep, but we're going to use the same principles as before. So we're starting with a sheet of cardstock, which is cut to 12.5 inches this way by 9 inches this way, okay? And bringing in the boxer board already in place on our ultimate. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to score our 1.5 inch tram line up the centre. So if you rest against box base, you're going to score at 5.5 inches and at 7 inches. And this is exactly your 1.5 inch tram line up the centre of your box. And you can see that there, that falls again at 5.5 and 7, okay? So where we're at there, we're now going to do this at 1.5 inches on all sides. So we'll go from the base and we'll do 1.5, turn it right around, 1.5, and take it right up to your second score line. And then remember, we want to take that right up to the top and come 1.5 down from the other side. That is our base. Then for our lid, we're going to do the same again. We're going to bring 1.5 down to the first line and across the top, and then take that down and bring it up to the second line. And what you'll see is, as with always on these pizza boxes, your lid line comes along, jumps down, and then continues on your base. So the first thing we do is put that cut line in directly up to where our lines join, where you've got the slightly offset lines, okay? If I pop that to one side, we'll just assemble this now as a box. So we're going to cut directly up the score line and cut a piece out for the gluing flap on all 4 of these corners. And then we're going to do the same on the 2 bits for the lid. Alright, and then fold and burnish all of your crease lines as we always do to give that nice professional squared off finish to your edges. Now, as we've done with the previous pizza boxes, we're going to glue these together. So you're going to do the base first. So remember where our straight line is, this is going to form the lid. So if we just do the edges for the base first. And then we're going to do the lid straight afterwards. So I'll put my tape on ready for the lid. Notice I'm always putting plenty of tape on. And these will fold inside here. And then the front pieces are going to fold in. And I'm just applying all the box making techniques we've talked about throughout the course of this DVD to make sure that our corners have nice square angles at 90 degrees. Then the lid just fits absolutely perfectly over the base, as it will always for your pizza style boxes. And we're going to get ready and make the insert. So if I just show you this one again, you can see we've just done nice strong double walled insert pieces. Now for this particular size box, what you would need to do is cut your insert. So the divider piece, it's going to be 12 inches long, and I've cut it just fractionally smaller than 5 inches. So our box is 4 inches because we're going to take ½ inch off for a gluing flap at each side. So it's cut to 4 15/16 of an inch to give you a bit of a feel. What we're going to do, pop it up against where the handle is, okay? And first of all, we're going to score at the 1/8 of an inch, which is just going to give us a neat edge to cut off. And then we're going to score at 2, 3.5 and 5 inches. Turn right around, do the same again. So just the 1/8 of an inch is going to give us a neat cutting point. and we're going to go 2, 3.5 and 5 inches. And if you do what I did there and score the wrong line, you just turn it over and rub that line out. Okay, so I did 2, 3.5 and 5. Then, I'll do all of the scoring first and then show you what we're going to cut away. I'm going to score 1/2 inch down both of the long edges. And you'll see what that's for in a second. This is the piece I was talking to you about. So, what we're going to do is, first of all, cut away those 1/8 of an inch on each side. And I'm going to cut the score line right off because I want that to just sit neatly inside my box. Okay. And then we're going to fold and burnish all the crease lines. Really important, you fold and burnish them all the same way first of all. And then you can take them the other way if you need to, and you can do that knowing that you won't get any cracking up the side of your cardstock. And by folding them both ways like this, I'm going to be able to get a really, really neat finish to each of my crease lines. Okay, so you can see that what's going to happen is that's going to form one divider there and then another divider like this. Now, to give us our gluing flaps, what we're going to do is we're going to just come along here and cut out the outer edge. Now again, I'm cutting the score line right off here, and I'm cutting out that V, cutting the V here. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this one right out all together again, and then leave myself some little gluing flaps. And I'll do exactly the same in reverse on the other side. Okay, and then again we're going to fold all of these in and just burnish them nicely. And then you do want to be popping tape on all of these. Now, if you're not too confident about getting this in the right place the first time, you may want to use, instead of using permanent tape like this, you might want to use a glue, so a wet glue. And then I'm going to stick these together on the inside. So this one's going to form like this, and then this one will form like that. So you can see that's going to sit on the inside of my box. And it's up to you, you might want to put a little bit of extra wet glue in the base here. I've got some of my Collall All-Purpose, and it's great because this does give you a little bit of time for manoeuvrability. And the beauty with these Collall glues is they will give you extra strength on the inside of your box. So that will just sit inside, and then once I'm happy with where they are, I'm just sitting these dividers into place. And there you can see you have a nice, very, very sturdy pizza box with your dividers inside, which mates perfectly. And if you look again, just when I've used some printed cardstock, really does look spectacular.